Dear students, in this experiment, data pre-processing, we will be doing the process of data pre-processing, which involves data cleaning, data reduction, data transformation. Okay, so we will be transforming the data to the form which is more suitable for implementation of the machine learning techniques. Okay, so here we are exploring the experiment using Python. So in your lab, we are supposed to use Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so you can explore the experiments in the Jupyter Notebook itself using Python. Okay, see the description for this data pre-processing is given here as process of preparing the raw data and making it suitable for machine learning model. Yes, obviously we have to do some pre-process before applying any machine learning techniques for further processing of the data. Okay, so here data cleaning, smoothing, data reduction, as well as data transformation are the some of the techniques we are applying in terms of your data pre-processing. Okay, so data cleaning, you will clean the data by filling the missing values, as well as it smooths the noisy data by identifying or removing the outliers, and also it resolves inconsistencies. Similarly, the data reduction can reduce the size for instance, as well as aggregating as and also eliminating redundant features, as well as clustering. So data transformation, especially this particular work, deals with the data normalization, where the data are scaled to fall within a smaller range. Okay, so within 0 to 1. So these are the further explanation about the data cleaning, and as well as data reduction and data transformation. Okay, so cleaning, you are supposed to check the missing value and have to fill the missing value by the method of the data imputation, as well as you are supposed to replace the not a number value, okay, by mean, median, mode, random, as well as the k nearest neighbor imputer. Okay, so then you have to check the duplicates, as well as you have to detect the outliers. These are the part of data cleaning. Similarly, for data reduction, we are supposed to explore dimensionality reduction, okay, numerosity reduction, as well as data compression. So feature selection and feature extraction also should be here, and drop the missing values, drop the outliers, and as well as the drop the duplicates will reduce the data. Okay, data transformation, the third one. Here we are applying the normalization process. Okay, so which converts the wide range of data to a range of 0 to 1 for easy computation of the machine learning techniques. Okay, so here, especially in this data transformation, we are following the min-max method for data transformation, as well as the Z-score method. This especially normalizes the data value using the mean and standard deviation. Okay, then we are following some encoding techniques too. So these encoding techniques basically convert the categorical features into numerical representation. Okay, then here we are following label encoding, okay, where each label is assigned to unique integer based on alphabetical ordering between 0 and n classes. Okay, then for encoding, here we are following one hot encoding, okay, which creates additional features based on the number of unique values in a categorical feature. Okay, as well as it creates the dummy variables. So these are the set of questions. The questions are: calculate percentage of missing values in the column, replace missing value with the mean if the percentage of missing value is less than 10%. So likewise, the number of questions, it goes up to 10. Okay, we will see the implementation part of each and every question one by one. Okay, so I have implemented the course, implemented the experiment in Google Colab. Okay, you all have to explore in Jupyter Notebook. So these are the some of the explanation for each and every question. Okay, so first question is calculate the percentage of missing values in column. Here you have to calculate the percentage of missing values for respective columns. Then second question, replacing missing values with mean if the percentage of missing value is less than 10%. Yes, we have to replace the missing values with the mean value of the column only if the percentage of missing value is less than 10%. Then third question, perform the mode imputation for categorical data. So we have to calculate the mode value, which is the most frequent value, and this should be used to replace the missing categorical values. Okay, so next one, perform KNN imputer to estimate the missing values. So this KNN imputer is especially will calculate the missing value of the neighbors, n neighbors. Okay, that is k nearest neighbor imputer. So this particular imputer will calculate the missing values of the nearest neighbor, and after then the missing value will be filled by this imputer estimated value. Okay, then fifth one, which drop the columns with more than 10% missing values and display the size. Yes, the column which have more than 10% missing value should be dropped over here, and after that the data set size should be displayed. Then the sixth question is drop the rows with outlier z-score value where it is greater than 3 and display the size. As we are supposed to use the outlier, we are supposed to remove the outliers, remove the rows with outliers where the z-score is greater than 3. Okay, so the next one, seventh one, drop the duplicate rows based on more than 50% of column having same value. So we have to identify the duplicates and remove the duplicate rows based on more than 50% of column having the same value. Okay, then eighth one, rescale your data using min-max normalization for numerical feature. Yes, we have to apply the min-max normalization technique here, especially in the data set which I have taken. The billing amount column will be normalized with this min-max normalization within the range of 0 and 1. Okay, then binarize the data using binarizer in class in Python. So this particular class, binarizer class, will helps you to binarize the column value with some threshold of 5,000. So here it is given in this example data set I have chosen. The billing amount is taken, column is taken to binarize. Okay, so that here it is mentioned as binarize the billing amount column with a threshold of 5,000. Then the final one is perform the one-hot encoding for categorical feature. Okay, so this we have to take the categorical feature. Here the one-hot encoding technique should be used in especially for transforming the categorical variables into the binary matrix. That means the numerical representation in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so this is what the idea behind this 10th question. Okay, then let us see the coding part one by one, implementation part one by one. Then we can continue. Okay, so here you are able to see and understand the request first question. So before implementing that, I have imported all the necessary libraries. Okay, so since you all very well know about the pandas, okay, especially for constructing our data frame, we are using this pandas. Similarly, the NumPy numerical Python, where we will computing various numerical computations, and also we have studied about imputer, k in an imputer. I have discussed about k in an imputer, so I have to include imputer class also from the sklearn library. Okay, similarly we are supposed to do the pre-processing techniques with the help of min-max scaler, binarizer, as well as the one-hot encoders. So these are the classes which are to be imported from the library scikit-learn. Okay, sklearn or scikit-learn libraries. Okay, so in this example, in this experiment, I have chosen the healthcare underscore data set. Oh, that means I have chosen a data set named healthcare underscore data set. Then I am reading the data set in the data frame, and just I am displaying the first 5 rows as well as the last 5 rows of the data set as using that data frame dot head as well as data frame dot tail. And since my data set which I have chosen does not have any missing value, I am explicitly imputing some of the data set, the data component with some missing value, so that and this particular part of the code especially adds 5 rows with some missing values for experimentation. Based on the data set, I have added 5 rows with some missing values. You are all able to see that some NaN values, right? So NaN represents the not a number. It is basically a placeholder. It is used in programming and data analysis to represent the missing or undefined values. Okay, so that I am including such missing values just for experimentation. Okay, then I am reading the data set with some missing values. Okay, so this is the data set I read over there for after including some missing values explicitly. Okay, so this is the outcome of that data frame dot tail command. Okay, so that I'm able to view the data elements specifically with what's that, not a number values. Okay, then we are getting into the first question where we are supposed to calculate the percentage of missing values in a column. So in the percentage of missing values in a column, especially we can identify with the help of what is null function. Okay, so by this we are able to understand the missing value. We are able to identify the missing values in the column, and since it has been asked as percentage, I am multiplying that with the 100. Okay, so that we will be getting the percentage. This is an output. Okay, then you can see the information of this particular data set with the help of data frame df.info. Okay, then next one is computing the mode. Okay, so for that I'm using a method called data frame as usual dot mode. Okay, that is the function name. Then second question, we are replacing the missing values with the mean if the percentage of missing value is less than 10%. So what we are supposed to do here is we have to replace the missing value with the mean value. Okay, so replace the missing value with the mean value means we have to first identify the missing value column with the missing value, and we have to check if the column, if the percentage of the column is less than 10%, then only we have to replace it. Okay, so here we are checking missing percentage is of column is less than 10. If so, we have to fill the column or replacing the missing value with the mean value. For that we are using fill now method. Okay, so this particular function fill now will help you to fill the missing values with by some mean value. Okay, so this is what the second question. We are replacing the missing value with the mean value. Okay, when we will be replacing, if the missing value is less than 10%, then obviously it should be replaced by the mean value. Okay, so this is the a syntax for printing the replaced value, as well as this is the output. Okay, how we are replace the missing value with some mean value. Okay, so this is our output for that. Then the next one, third question, we have to perform the mode imputation for categorical data. Yes, obviously for categorical data we are supposed to impute the mode. Okay, so here we have to check the missing percentage of the column, which is less than 10%. Then if it is true, you have to fill the data, fill the missing values by the mode. Okay, so in our previous question, we have filled the data with the mean value, right? We have filled the data, filled the missing value with the mean value. So in this fourth question, we are filling the third question, we are filling the missing value with the help of mode value. Okay, so this is what the code which will help you to get a clear picture about how it is being replaced, how it is getting filled like that. Okay, so likewise, this is a result of filling the missing value. So name filled with the mode Michael Johnson, and gender filled with the mode female, in blood type filled with the mode AB minus. So likewise, we are computing the mode value and we are using that mode value for filling the missing value. Okay, so this is what the third question and its respective output. Then we are seeing the fourth question. So this is very different one where we are performing KNN imputer. So as I told you earlier, it is part of a sklearn impute module. Okay, so in this module, this particular KNN imputer belongs to, it replaces missing values in a data set by calculating the mean value of neighbors. Okay, so n underscore neighbor represents the number of neighbors. So in this example, in this session, I have taken two neighbors. Okay, and for each missing value, this particular KNN imputer will identify the two nearest rows based on the other features, and also it selects only the numerical columns from the data frame. Okay, then non-numerical columns are excluded from the imputation. It will take only the numerical values. Okay, and this is what the specification of this fourth question. So here we are using k nearest neighbor imputer we are using. So it will, in this code, the number of neighbors is considered as 2. Okay, then we are applying the function like a fit underscore transform, as well as the function which represents the respective data types also for denoting the imputed value. After that, we are supposed to update that imputed value. Okay, update the respective rows with the imputed value. So here we are performing KNN imputer to estimate the missing value. So this particular imputer will replace the missing value in a data set by calculating the mean value. Okay, so this is what the fourth one. This is a similar output. You also can explore it. Then for fifth experiment, drop columns with more than 10% missing values and display the size. So here, in order to drop the column, here we have to use a method or a function called a drop now. Okay, so this drop now is a function which will help you to drop any rows or columns. So here x is equal to 1 is given. It represents that we are able to drop the column. Since the question is asked as drop now, drop the columns with more than 10% of missing values. So x is equal to 1 means it represents specify the column value. Okay, so then we are checking that within more than 10%. If any column with the missing value more than 10% means, then it should be eliminated. Okay, which should be dropped. So that we are dropping here. If it is not greater than, if it is less than the required value, so where it is calculated by the data frame into 0.9. Okay, then we are trying to drop the column. Then in the sixth question, drop the rows with outlier z score value, outlier and z score value is greater than 3 and display the size. So for this particular question, we are supposed to drop the rows. So in the previous question, we have dropped the columns. Here we are dropping the rows. Okay, here we are dropping the rows. Drop the rows with outlier z score value greater than 3 and display the size. In the sense, here we are importing the required class for from the SciPy, okay, library. Okay, then they here we are the code is been written. This particular code especially removes rows with outliers from the data set using z-score method. Okay, removes outliers from the data set using z-score method. Then outliers are basically the rows where at least one features of z-score exceeds the threshold of 3. Okay, so we will be calculating the threshold, and if any threshold exceeds 3, then obviously that particular column need to be removed. Okay, so that is what drop the columns with more than drop the columns with drop the rows with outlier z score value which is greater than 3. So we are supposed to calculate the z score value, and if any columns z score value is greater than 3, obviously any rows z score value is greater than 3, then that particular row will be removed. Okay, so this is what the sixth question. Then seventh question, drop the duplicate rows based on more than 50% of column having same value. So we have to eliminate the duplicate values. So in order to eliminate the duplicate values, okay, we are supposed to find the duplicates and they have to be removed. Okay, so here for dropping the duplicates, we are using a method function called drop underscore duplicates. Drop underscore duplicates is the method which is being used here. Okay, so this particular method will help you to drop the duplicate values. Okay, then next one is rescale your data using min max normalization for numerical feature. So here rescaling, we are about to rescale the data from its wide range values to range of 0 to 1. Okay, its range is 0 to 1. That means numerical rescales numerical features to specific range of machine learning techniques implementation. So the range actually fixed as 0 and 1, 0 to 1. Okay, so here in this transformation, we will be using the formula as the x normalizer equal to x minus x min divided by x max minus x min. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating this this is the formula for calculating the normalizer or transformation formula. Okay, so so especially this particular normalization will help you will very much helpful during the pre-processing. Okay, so here especially the library scikit-learn is used for min-max normalization. Okay, so here we are implementing the normalization method called min-max normalization method. Okay, then the next one, ninth one is binarize the data using binarizer class in Python program. Okay, class in Python. So binarizer is basically pre-processing tool which provides provided by scikit-learn library, which transforms numerical features into binary features based on specified threshold. Numerical features into binary features. Okay, binary features means 0 to 1, so it will replace it. Okay, so this particular scikit-learn binarizer is the class in the scikit-learn class. Okay, for binary transformation. Then obviously the pandas will be used for manipulating the data frames. Okay, wow. So when the binarizer's threshold level reaches 5,000, it creates and binarizer instances with a threshold of 5,000. So here it is, if it is 5,000 means its threshold value is 5,000. It creates and manipulates the respective data frame as such. Okay, so this is what the binarizer's function is. It is kind of a scikit-learn class. It is for data binary transformation. So this transforms numerical features into binary values of zeros and one. That's it. Okay, then the respective output also shared here. Then finally perform the one hot encoding for categorical features. Yes, obviously, as we have discussed earlier, it is also a part of a transformation technique. Okay, it is especially used for data pre-processing. Okay, this particular technique transforms the categorical variables into a binary matrix. Okay, binary matrix means zeros and ones, where it is a numerical representation is limited as zeros and ones. Okay, so in this one hot encoding, we have each category in this original feature is represented as separate binary columns. So if we have taken gender, so in the gender itself, basically two classification is male and female. So if the gender is female, okay, then obviously the value is 1. Okay, otherwise the value is 0. Okay, so depends on the one hot encoding, the success of that any particular project lies along with suitable transformation techniques. Okay, so that this particular 10th question will discuss you about this particular implementation of one hot encoding. Okay, so it is a specific encoding technique, specific data transformation technique, which helps you to transform the categorical variables into numerical. Okay, so this is what the case in terms of our 10th question. Okay, so in your syllabus, as part of this exercise 1, there are 10 questions given there. Okay, 10 different questions is given there. So you are supposed to explore each and every questions by understanding the syntax of each and every one. Okay, each and every new terminologies as well as the functions. Okay, so so now we have seen the code and explanation for all the 10 questions. So calculating the percentage of missing values, replacing missing values with the mean, then perform mode imputation, then perform k in an imputer to estimate the missing values, drop the columns with more than 10 percentage, and drop the rows with outlier z score value, where z score value is greater than 3 means it will be taken as an z score value. Okay, it is taken as an outliers. Then drop duplicate rows. Yes, obviously we have to drop the duplicate values. Then rescale your data using min-max normalization. So data need to be rescaled in order to obtain min-max normalization. Then binarizing it, converting the total data into binary values, zeros and ones. Okay, perform one hot encoding for categorical feature. This performs on the gender. It encodes the categorical value to numerical value. Okay, so for this specifically we are using this one hot encoding. Okay, so I hope all of you might clear about this particular experiment 1. Okay, thank you.